Hey there, AJ here from Outreach Labs. So I'm putting together a campaign. I figured, you know what, why don't I record myself kind of going through the process? And if you have a tool or a service and, maybe you Google your main keyword. Maybe it's, in our case, let's say blogger outreach service, right? Outreach Labs is a blogger outreach company. So right now we're ranked number one, which is great. But then the second result is a listicle. And sixth result, maybe it's a listicle. A few more, or let's say like HR software tools. It's going to be several listicles, Forbes, best human resources software. So lots of listicles. And if you have a product, you want to get onto these listicles because A, these things are actually getting traffic. B, it's a fantastic relevant link. And C, you can usually get a link to like your sales page, which is one of the harder links to get. Your homepage, your sales page. It might be branded anchor text, but that's totally fine. So I've been tinkering a lot with like how to actually approach listicle link building, and it's so valuable, but it's also so time consuming. So I feel like I've cracked the code maybe on a good way to do listicle link building. So I wanted to show you what my process is, and I'm gonna start with like just like a dummy client. So let's say workflow automation. Okay, so Cflow apps, they're gonna happen to be my target. So Cflow apps already has I don't know, DR53 traffic 63,000. So step number one would be to identify, listicles that are ranking decently in Google. And those listicles should be mentioning competitors of Cflow, but not listing Cflow themselves. So step one would be to identify what those competitors are. Okay, so I'm going to, take like the top 20 and just export this list. So let's export that. So what I'm looking at here are Kissflow, Pipe5, Frevo, Sure. So let's say, there's lots of listicles out there. Like some might link to ProofHub and some don't link to ProofHub, but some might link to Gliffy and Zenflow. One might link to Process Maker and Integrate. So like I don't want to sit there and like kind of like do all this Googling to try to find listicles. I want some kind of big scalable way. So I'm just going to copy like maybe the first, I'd say the first 15. Okay. Let's start with the first 15. And the next thing I want to do is move over to ChatGPT. And I'm going to have ChatGPT create some kind of search string like this. Now, the power of this search string is you need an Ahrefs account for this, but last year, 2023, they launched a Web Explorer tool, which is a very useful tool that complements their Site Explorer, but really they have these advanced search operators that help you splice and dice their index and come out with some really interesting things. So what I like to do is search for articles that mention multiple competitors but don't link to my client. So the fact that it mentions multiple competitors probably means that it's a listicle, and it doesn't mention my client, so it means it's a good target. So the type of search operator we need to build is using the outlink domain search. Outlink domain. It means it's taking any page that's linking out to ADP. And then, I think we started with just like outlink ADP. So we started with a simple operator. Outlink ADP and outlink Pelago Health, but not linking to Cflow apps. I don't know if Pelago Health is really a good example, but let's search this and see what pops up. Yeah, Pelago Health was kind of a weird one, so I switched it to PeopleHum. Now, if the article is linking to ADP and PeopleHum, but not Cflow apps, then we have that list here. So let me make this a little bigger. It's easier to see. And we could filter this, whatever, DR20, for example, English only, if that's your language of choice. And I'd also just do one page per domain. And what's that going to give me? Like 100-ish, 50, okay, 56 results. So there's 56 pages. Are these all listicles? 4 tips for a winning agile team. 2024 HR trends, do's and don'ts, build an effective resource strategy, best HR software. So some of them are, many of them are, some of them aren't. But this was only 50 results, right? To me, I like doing things that scale. That I don't have to like sit there all day like just searching stuff. So that's why we put together this monstrosity of a search term. So I'll show you how to create this next. So first thing we can do is just prime GPT that this is the template that I like. I'm going to give you different URLs, replace these in the template with the new ones. So let's do that. Let's see if it listens. So it did a thing. I'm gonna move this over to the text file again. Let's see, it did Kissflow or Pipefy or Freevo or Integri, or Process Maker or Talify or this, right? So that's the first. So it's gonna, like the search operator basically, instead of just looking for ADP, now we've made it look for all of these that are highlighted. And it's gonna look for all of those, and in comparison to these RFF Listicle. So this last thing, not outlink domain, you want to change this to your client or your own site. So let's do that. Let's take this and see what kind of results we get. Now this same search, or this expanded search, now gives me almost 300 potential opportunities, which is 300 is a good amount. But I think you could get even more, right? Because I don't know, if we randomized this some more, if I asked GPT, I updated it, I updated it to this. Can you randomize the outlink domain order? Let's try. Okay, so now that I've randomized it, let's see. Cflow is still on the bottom. That's great. The rest is randomized. And this was 290, so if I search again, what's it going to be? Again, 290. So how did it randomize? I don't know. Okay, so I told GPT to like explain more what I meant by randomize. So I said, by randomize, I mean switch up at least 50% of the domains in the first OR group with the second OR group. And it outputted something different. So I put that into Ahrefs, and this gave me 4,000 results. That just seems a little ridiculous. But I'm just gonna work with the first export because that's big enough. So let's see what we got. All right, so as a next step, let's export this. Let's upload it to a Google Sheet. We've got these 290. Now from here, you could just kind of go through the list and start vetting, but there's some advanced tactics here that I can show you as well. You do need some additional tools. This one in particular is called NetPeak Checker, and if you pair it with your Ahrefs API, it becomes very powerful for quickly vetting various sites. So what I'm looking for here is domain rating, referring domains, link root domains, organic traffic, and then for the page, that's just domain level. And then page level, I want to check how many keywords it ranks for and how much traffic Ahrefs is estimating for that page. So let's see. Okay, so this analysis is done. Literally took 5 minutes, but now you see all the stats here. I'm just going to copy this data, and then I'll move it over to a new sheet, 291. I'm not sure if it has the same amount of rows. Usually Ahrefs kind of, it seems like it does. So you know what? Instead of that, I will just, I'll add it to the first sheet. And let's make sure ewin.biz, cool. So here's some interesting stuff that you can do with this list that helps you like weed down things very quickly. So I'm gonna hide a bunch of stuff here. Hide that. I'm gonna hide all this. And you see the referring domains and the linked root domains. So referring domains means how many unique domains are linking to this site, and then linked root domains means how many domains is it linking to. So a nice way to kind of quickly check what's a guest post farm or what isn't is just their ratio. So I like to find a ratio that's higher than like 0.7. Like to me, that means it's good. So you see some of these here, and I can just move this over so you can see. Like, these are just like not good. It's just spam basically. It's like spam that gets into Hrefs. So it's a really easy and quick way to just eliminate all that stuff. And you know, whether that cutoff is 0.5 or 0.7, that's up to you. Like some of these seem fine, right? So I would maybe I'm gonna stop here. So that's 180 that I've just deleted. And there's probably some here at the bottom that are weird as well. Yep. So what does that leave me with? This leaves me with 100 sites that might potentially be good. And then if I was like, hey, I don't want to go after any pages that don't have any keyword rankings, then, you know, that's another 30 or so you can delete. But I'm going to leave these. So this is my seed list, and yeah, it's a pretty good one. So this is, you know, here you can start doing some manual outreach. Or you can use a site like Respona to do some outreach. And but like maybe I'll share some additional videos about how to actually set up campaigns and emails in a future video. Appreciate it. If you like this kind of content, make sure to stick around, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and if you'd like to see anything else, let me know. Thank you. AJ at outreachlabs.com.